Dear priests, brothers and sisters, our viewers both on TV and on social media, good evening and happy Easter. This evening we begin the second National Mission Congress, which is the culminating activity of our celebration of the 500 years of Christianity in the Philippines. We decided to have it online and live stream on CBCP Episcopal Commission and Mission Facebook page and CBCP Episcopal Commission and Mission YouTube channel, and cross-posted by other social media outlets and carried by some TV stations for obvious reason. We are still not out of the woods in this pandemic because of COVID-19. While some areas of the country have already been downgraded to level 1 and hence are allowed to have an in-person public gathering, the fact is that the threat of COVID-19 is still real. That is why the organizing committee for this event during the preparation period decided to have it online because of the uncertainty of the situation. But it's also a blessing in disguise because using the online platform will make this important culminating activity open, free, and available to more people, not only in the country, but throughout the world. I know there are people living outside of the country who are interested to participate in this Congress. I hope you have the convenient time to follow the week-long event. We likewise decided to have it in the evening, starting at 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock Philippine time, from April 17 to 23, except for this opening Mass and the closing Mass on April 24, which will be at 11 o'clock in the morning, so that interested participants would already be free from work and could easily join. As I have mentioned earlier, the second National Mission Congress is the culminating activity of a historic milestone of our Christian faith in the Philippines. The 500 years since the first Mass was celebrated in Limasawa Island, the first Christian baptism, which took place here in Cebu, when Ferdinand Magellan and his companions set foot in 1521 on our shores. These two historic events can be said to be the providential moment wherein the Christian faith was planted in our land, and hence worth a celebration. It is noteworthy also to mention that the first Mass that we commemorate happened also on an Easter Sunday. If you may recall, a 9-year thematic preparation was made to make the celebration more meaningful. It started in 2013 with the theme Integral Faith Formation, and followed in 2014 with the laity, 2015, the poor, 2016, the Eucharist and family, 2017, the parish as a communion of communities, 2018, the clergy and religious, 2019, the youth, 2020, ecumenism, interreligious dialogue, and indigenous peoples, and 2021, Missio Ad Gentes, which is its culmination. Well, these 9 themes were taken from the 9 identified priorities of PCP2, placing Missio Ad Gentes as the end is no mere accident, but I believe a deliberate one to emphasize that mission is our calling, our vocation as Christians. In fact, it is the heart and soul of the Church's life. As the Vatican II document reminds us, and I quote, "The Church is by her very nature missionary," end of quote. In other words, it is mission that defines the Church. There is church because there is mission. And what better way to renew our commitment to mission than to have the second National Mission Congress? Our hope, therefore, is that this Mission Congress will fan the flame of our missionary commitment so that we can also say, "Here am I, send me." For after all, Christians, as Pope Francis reminds, have the duty to proclaim the gospel without excluding anyone. And we should realize, he adds, that missionary outreach is paradigmatic for all the Church's activity. Our theme for the Second National Mission Congress is "Gifted to Give," which is taken from St. Matthew. The gospel that we receive from the missionaries who came to our land is indeed a gift that we truly treasure. But this treasure cannot just be kept to ourselves. We need to share it to others. As Jesus reminds us, and I quote, "Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house." End of quote, which is taken from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 15. The gospel is the light that must be shared to others so that it will become a light to the world, our common home. Looking back, we can say from the lens of faith that the coming of the Spaniards to our shores was not by accident, but part of God's grand plan for us Filipinos. In fact, what has just been said as backdrop, we can also say that the presence of Filipinos in many places of the world is part of this divine plan. Thus, the theme is a reminder for us on how we Filipinos embrace freely the gospel of our salvation and how we must also share it willingly and freely to others. And by doing so, we can say that we have come to a point that we are not only a receiving church, but also a sending church. But we are aware that mission should not be understood solely in terms of geographical territories, but more so about people, those who long and need for a deeper relationship with God, those who sincerely desire for the values of the kingdom, those who happen to grow and live in a different cultural and religious experience, but are seeking to know the ultimate truth, those in the peripheries and have no access of the gospel, and many more. That is why mission entails our God experience, wherein we become authentic witnesses of how we experience this God to be a God of love. In a word, mission is sharing our experience of the joy of the gospel that fills our hearts and lives because of our encounter with the Lord, with Jesus, borrowing from Pope Francis. While our mission is the same, its contours and landscape may vary and even change. That is why we need to keep abreast with the various and changing realities so that we can regularly upgrade the optic of our missionary lenses to have a clearer view and better understanding of the many and new emerging challenges. Thus, this Congress will hopefully help us provide with new understanding of the intricate realities of our time, so that, to use the words of St. John Paul II, we share our God experience with new in its ardor, methods, and expression. As an overview, this National Mission Congress is divided into two parts: the International Missiology Symposium, which will be from April 18 to 19, and the National Mission Forum from April 20 to 23. Each part is composed of 3 conferences with additional concurrent sessions during the International Missiology Symposium, and testimonies and roundtable discussions during the National Mission Forum. Because of the International Missiology Symposium, we expect missiologists and students in missiology from different universities in other parts of the world to join us. Hence, this virtual gathering is expected to be international. Before I end, on behalf of the Episcopal Commission on Mission of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines, of which I am the chairman, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the following: the Archdiocese of Cebu for graciously accepting to host this online Congress, with special mention, of course, to His Excellency, Most Reverend Jose Palma, the Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Cebu, for the support that he has extended to us to make this event possible. To the administration of Basilica Minore del Santo Niño de Cebu, for allowing us to have the opening Mass here. To His Excellencies Most Reverend Socrates Villegas, Archbishop of Lingayen Dagupan, and Most Reverend Romulo Valles, Archbishop of Davao, previous presidents of the CBCP, and Most Reverend Pablo Virgilio David, Bishop of Caloocan, and the concurrent president of the CBCP, for their support from the planning stage until today that we begin this Congress. And to all those who work hard to make this online Second National Mission Congress a reality, I thank you all. I really hope that you will all follow the talks, testimonies, and sharing from day one until the end. I assure you that it will be an interesting and enriching experience that you will not regret. To all of you, welcome and enjoy participating in this online Second National Mission Congress. May God bless you all, and again, Happy Easter.